Ready? Good. Matt, 0-0 today against Marchtown. What were your thoughts on the game today?
I don't know what it was like as a spectator, but it didn't feel like a good quality game to play in. It was frustrating to play in, especially at the back. I didn't feel like they were ever going to score. I felt quite comfortable defensively, and I thought we were solid. But in the final third, I thought we were lacking today. I thought it was similar to Witten. I don't think we were at our best, and after the run that we've been on, I think we now have a slightly higher standard for ourselves. And the last 2 games we've fallen well short of that standard. But you've got to give a bit of context to it, and I think when you consider the start to the season, 2 points off the back of 6 previous wins, so now 8 unbeaten, and overall you'll take it.
Exactly, yeah. How pleasing has it been after you had such a tricky start, and have you been surprised at the way the team's turned it round so quickly?
No, not at all. I thought it was a matter of time. I think you've got to look at, again, I use the word context a lot, but we brought John Taylor in, which is a big thing for us, and it doesn't happen overnight. And I think people maybe, because we had a really good pre-season and we seem to be gelling quicker than you might expect, with a new style, changed the shape, changed the way that we're playing, in a lot of key areas, and we've actually had some personnel changes as well, particularly actually in the middle of the season, and it can take time for that all to settle down. So some people probably thought it would happen quicker after a good pre-season, and we started poorly, but I actually think that it was always going to happen at some point.
That's good to hear. Yeah, I did wonder if you're a confident guy. I did wonder if you ever doubted yourself at all during that bad run. You always thought you were going to turn it around. You always had faith in the players.
Yeah, I'm still playing 34. I don't lack confidence. I don't doubt myself.
Yeah. John Taylor, what's he actually brought in? Obviously, a very experienced coach. What's he brought to the group?
We have a nice balance. John's a very experienced player. Played in the second highest league in the country. Still Cambridge United's all-time top goal scorer. And for me, he's the best coach that I've worked with throughout my whole career, including youth. It's not just having a UEFA A licence, it's about how you deliver that message across to players so that they understand it and it sinks in. I think he does that really, really well, even that ruffles feathers at times, especially mine. But I'm the manager, but he's a better coach than I am.
Yeah. In the top half now, what's the aim for the rest of the season, position-wise in the league? Have you set a target?
We set one at the beginning of the season. Me and John had separate targets. I'm a fairly ambitious guy, so we'll see who's closer. But both of those targets are in the top half of the table, absolutely. Yeah. It's a really tight league, and there are a lot of teams that can do that. I think that you can, apart from the bottom 2 or 3, I think that it'll be close all the way up until the top 2 probably. I think that top 4 is relatively settled. But I think anything between 5th and 16th is very, very open, and there could be just a few points between them.
Yeah, sure. Next week, Morton on Tuesday, and then London Lions and the Vales on Saturday. Are they hard to prepare for? Because they're not teams we're too familiar with, aren't they? Particularly London Lions.
Yeah, social media is an interesting thing nowadays. People will be able to see Leeds highlights and check us out a little bit, and people will be able to see London Lions highlights and check them out a little bit. So I think it's easier than it would have been 7 or 8 years ago. We know roughly what we're expecting, but we just got to play our game. We're not the type of team really that can change our style too much on a sixpence. We're playing a certain way. It's taken us a while to get into playing this way successfully, so we're not about to start changing that now.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for your time, Matt, and good luck next week.
Thank you very much.